Hello and welcome to the update. I'm Michelle Stevenson. Well, some sad news for music fans with one of the country's oldest and largest music festivals, Splendour In The Grass, cancelled. Set to be headlined by Kylie Minogue, G-Flip and Future, organisers of the July event have pulled the pin for this year. No word yet on why, although last year the festival recorded a 30% drop in ticket sales. Ticket holders, though, will be fully refunded. Latest inflation figures show household power bills are beginning to ease and gas prices are falling. Overall, consumer prices have remained pretty steady for the year to February at 3.4%. Treasurer Jim Chalmers has told Parliament it shows that Labor's cost of living policies are working.
When you look at the electricity price rises since June of last year, they have gone up 3%. You know what they would have been were it not for our energy plan? 18.1%.
Order.
3%. 18.1% since the middle of last year.
Well, Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor says Aussies are suffering under high costs and the government must do more to bring them down.
Australia has amongst the stickiest levels of inflation, the highest levels of inflation that won't go away, the most persistent inflation of any advanced country in the world. This is a government that does not have a plan to restore Australian standard of living.
The Northern Territory government is imposing a curfew in Alice Springs after rioting broke out in the town. Dozens of extra police will be deployed to the Red Centre while a youth curfew is being imposed for the next 14 days. Labor is facing an uphill battle to get its tougher migration changes passed through Parliament. The Coalition and Greens have blocked it in the Senate. And more than 670,000 people are expected to take to the skies this Easter long weekend. It's a 10% increase on the same time last year. Sport and entertainment are next. To sport now, and the big story today, the AFL. They're defending the secrecy and integrity of its drugs policy following allegations that players have avoided detection by faking an injury on game day. A former Melbourne club doctor turned whistleblower claims that players who confessed to having taken drugs in the days before games were given secret tests to ensure their systems were clear. In your entertainment news now, and Sean Diddy Combs has broken his silence 24 hours after federal police stormed his Miami and LA homes amid a sex trafficking probe. The rapper says he's the victim of a witch hunt, slamming police for cuffing his sons during the raid and pleading his innocence. The Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation is being shut down after a donor exodus in the wake of the infamous Oscar slap incident. The charity has seen an 83% drop in its revenue since 2022. And Taylor Swift's collaborator, Jack Antonoff, has abruptly shut down an interview after he was asked about her upcoming album. He said, "You know I don't talk about that," just before hanging up. That's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow. I'm Michelle Stevenson.